everybody, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Whitney, and hopefully you can hear me. I don't know if you can or cannot, but I also have a voice recorder down here so that way you can possibly hear me because it's very windy outside. You know, it just kind of is what it is at this point. This is going to kind of be like a vlog style, not really all that particular because I'm not trying to make it all fancy. I'm only here for one purpose and one purpose only. Today I wanted to talk about my spiritual health journey, my emotional health journey, just that whole thing in general. So I'm going to try to talk as loud as I can, but I'm going to have to edit the audio as best as I can. I hope you guys can kind of understand where I'm trying to go with this whole, I don't even know what to call it. So today I want to talk about if the cars won't keep on going by. Regardless, we're just going to figure it out as we go along. So today is, I know I have that like a substitute chronicles. I know I have like day 1, day 2, X, Y, and Z. Today I'm going to be talking about kind of like what I plan to do continuing forward. So I am 24 years old. I am in a position, or I feel like a lot of us are in a position to where we're just kind of like stagnant at the moment. I know for me, myself, and I, if everything that was going on wasn't happening, I'd still be stagnant. So today I am going to kind of share my health journey, my spiritual and emotional health journey. That's what I think I should call it more specifically. And so the reason why I think that this is important and this is special is because I don't even know what to say about that. I think everybody needs to be healthy at the end of the day, and everyone kind of needs it. Just like I think everybody needs therapy, everybody needs to have a moment where they just kind of get more spiritual, get more in tune with themselves and what they want to continue forward in life. And so that's basically what I'm going to do. So more specifically for me, I think that I need to heal. I never really gave myself the opportunity to heal from my past. And so at 24 years old, I want to handle that today. I know it's going to take time. I know it's going to take a lot of progress, and it's not going to happen in a day. But it's something that I want to accomplish. And so I don't want to be 50 worrying about the shit that happened to me when I was 23. Like that's OD. That's too much. So I wrote down a lot of things that I want to accomplish. I wrote down how I'm going to do it, step 1, step 2, what I'm going to do to achieve this, just pretty much everything, right? And it's not like I'm saying I have all the answers, because I don't. I really and truly am just trying, and if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, then back to square one, right? So let's see. Well, I can't. Yes, I can. What am I talking about? Okay, let's do this. So I am going to have my audio, not my audio, but I'm going to have my camera here so that way you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about, what I'm referencing to when I'm going through my book, right? So like the book that you guys see in all of my videos is this. So it's my Whitney's book, everything that I want to put in my podcast, everything that I want to put in my YouTube videos. Overall, I like to write down kind of like not a script like word by word, but just kind of like a following down to kind of see if, not to kind of see it, but to basically make sure I'm on the right track and I say what needs to be said. Because a lot of the times I think of what I want to talk about in the middle of the night, and I'm not going to remember that. I'm not going to remember every single thing that I once said at 3 o'clock in the morning when I was supposed to be, asleep. Typically, I'm in bed at like 10:30, 11:30 the latest. So for me, being up at 3, I bet you it's something serious. I bet you I'd be spitting some shit because I'm not supposed to be up anyways. It's kind of like a raccoon in daytime. They shouldn't be up at all. So here it is. So basically this is all I have for my spiritual and emotional healing journey. I should probably shorten that whole thing because it's like, why am I going to say all of that all the time? It's kind of like a tongue twister. So we're going to call it just a spiritual journey. Just leave it like that. Spiritual journey, spiritual healing, something like that. So YT obviously means for YouTube, and that's basically what I'm going to be talking about in this video. And so I don't know why I put step 2. There has to be a step 1 that just makes sense. Oh, here we go. So over here for my spiritual journey, I am basically going to be talking about how I want to start moving forward. And with that, I want to begin putting everything into practice. So you can talk all this shit if you want to, but at the end of the day, if you don't put it into practice, ain't shit gonna change. So for me specifically, I want to start incorporating more Bible reading or in Bible books. So one of the books that I'm reading right now, was referenced to me by the Roommates podcast, and they were like, read 30 Days to Understanding the Bible. So far, this thing has been very interesting. I'm on chapter, I have no idea, 3. So that's like page 26. I've only been reading it like 30 times, not 30 times a day, but for 3 days I've been reading it. And was it that serious? Okay, so for 3 days I've been reading it, and that's been in the book. He mentions like, oh, just read me for 15 times a day. I'm like, bet I'm gonna read you for 30, because I also want to read this next book, which is Finding Love After Heartbreak by Stefan, I can't pronounce his last name, Labossiere, I believe. But I should know how to say that because I'm Haitian for all, but it is what it is. But a few things that I want to start incorporating is reading more Bible books, reading more books in general, because I've always loved to read, but I've kind of gotten far away from that ever since, I went to college, and I was an English major, and all the reading that I've done made me not want to read anymore. And even though I loved it, it was still kind of like, man, I really don't want to read. I just want to write. And then I wrote all the time, and I'm like, damn, I really don't want to write anymore. So I want to get back to my creative being, I suppose, creative juices, because I really enjoy doing it. Another thing that I want to do is, as you can see, smoking herbs, but not what you think, not that ganja. So back at it again, right? I want to start smoking herbs. And so for this, I think it's be very interesting. I really like the idea of not necessarily smoking weed, because I don't like the connotation that comes along with it. I don't really like the whole idea of getting high. I just want something that would help me with my anxiety. And so I've been doing a lot of research, and I have some pre-rolls coming in, and I'm definitely going to smoke here, probably in my next spiritual journey video. But what it is that it's going to be comprised of lavender, spearmint, mugwort, and chamomile. So I love drinking chamomile tea, and a lot of the things, it's on my phone, so I can't necessarily look at it right now since I'm videoing and you guys got the audio from here. But basically what the whole thing is supposed to do is help with your anxiety, and that is a lot that I deal with. Overall, just being honest, I go through a lot of stress, and I want to stop overthinking. I want to stop thinking about the unnecessary thing. But aside from that, I think it's going to have a lot of great healing properties for me. So in that research, let me tell you about that. In my research, I'm gonna probably put in something that'll show what I've been looking at. And so what lavender is supposed to help with is it is a calming effect, and it also is helping for like flavor and the smell, right? Because what you're doing is smoking the earth, and it's not necessarily going to smell all that great. Next, the spearmint is supposed to help. It's supposed to be like equivalent to kind of what smokers are kind of like used to, when they smoke that, what's it called? I don't know what it's called. I don't know, cigarette menthol. That's what it is. When they smoke the menthols, with that, it helps them get off of their nicotine and all that. But obviously there's no nicotine in spearmint, and so spearmint is supposed to clear the lungs, even though no matter what you're smoking, it's going to hurt your lungs, but I like the idea that it's supposed to open it up more, because I do have a lot of problems with bronchitis, and so if it's supposed to help out with that, I am going to try it. Why not? Next, mugwort is supposed to be something like I've heard things where it's like kind of like a magical experience. Like I was asking my friend about it, and she was like, it is really, what's the word, a psychedelic thing. Like it makes you in tune with everything that's going on, and it's supposed to help with dreams. And so for me, I really was interested in that because I haven't been dreaming a lot. Once I started saying that I haven't been dreaming a lot, I started to have dreams. So we're just going to see what's going to happen. And also the next one, chamomile, is supposed to help with period pains. And that's a lot of the times when I drink chamomile or just tea in general to help with my period pains. But chamomile is just another thing that helps with anxiety, and another thing that helps with like calming pains in general. So that's something that I'm probably going to be more geared, go towards more so when I am, having my period. And this whole rolls thing is supposed to come like next week, and so the following week will be when my period comes, so that'll be good to try it without a doubt. So let's move on to the next thing, which is working out. So I want to benefit physically and mentally. The gym helps me out mentally without a doubt, and the gym has helped me out physically without a doubt. I like the way that I look now, but I know that I can look better, and so that's going to be my goal just basically being my best self physically and mentally. So if I'm working on my brain, I want to work on my body as well. And the thing is like when you go to working out your body, or when you go to a doctor for a checkup, you can't just ignore your physical and focus only on your mental, and you can't just ignore your mental and focus only on your physical. The two are not separate. The two are one and the same. And so that's what I want to focus on. And not only that, but the gym in and of itself helps me out. It makes me feel better. It kind of takes me away from everything else that's happening outside of the world, so that way I can focus on what's going on, just in the gym. Like, what do I need to work on? Oh, I need to work on these reps? Bet. Oh, I need to do this X amount of times? Bet. And so that's what I'm going to be working on in the gym. It helps me kind of, I don't want to say escape, but it is a nice regimen. It's a new regimen, kind of, not really, but I like that it's more so in my practice. And I've been working on this. Now, why are you going to honk when you know I'm trying to make a video? So I've been working on this I've been going to the gym for years now, but more so consistently for about 2 years. And I haven't been eating right. So of course I'm not going to see anything if I'm not eating right. And that's basically what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to start eating right. I'm going to have more me time. I'm going to have more reading time, less social media, just less scrolling in general, because the time that I scroll I know can be used for like when I'm reading, when I'm just having me time. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've been meeting Jeopardy at 7 o'clock every single night, all the time, because that's just been my shit for like the past few months now. And I watch it with my grandmother, so I like that that's some time that we can have and share together. And lastly, well, no, not even lastly, like the whole point, I'm gonna show you guys my goals, but I want discipline, because I daydream too much. I think too much about what I have experienced, and I'm too much like, oh man, I shouldn't have gone through this, or like, why did I go through that, or how could I avoid it next time, instead of just living in the present. And so that's what I want to be more disciplined on, living in the present. So on our goals, okay, let me bring this back up. For our goals, it is to be more confident in myself mentally, mainly. I want to believe that I can be happy again. And maybe I'm gonna delve into that that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make each one of these goals a video as to why I want these to be my goals, because I don't want this vlog to be too long. So I want more confidence in myself because I want to believe that I could be happy again. That's something serious. Ooh, girl. And we're gonna talk about it. I want more patience because, like, I've heard this quote before many times. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. A lot of the times I feel like my time has been wasted, and I want to stop focusing on more so the sequence of time and just start living. I know I said that already, but that has been, I'm putting out my top 3 things that I think I definitely need to start putting my focus in, because at the end of the day, the person who knows you the best is you. And I have to be honest with myself. If I want to heal, I have to be 1000% honest. I am very serious when it comes to my time, and I don't like my time being wasted. And that's something that probably needs to change, because it is so strict, it's not even funny. And lastly, I want to stop being broken so that I can attract people who are whole. I want to be healthy, live healthy, and fuel my healing spirit. So with that being said, right, like, if I become healthy, how am I going to maintain that? It's not just, it's a whole lifestyle. It's not something that just, you become healthy and then you stay like that forever. No, like, this is something that you're obviously going to have to maintain, because life is unpredictable at the end of the day. And so as I'm sitting here about to close out this video, again, you remember guys, I'm keeping this here because I feel like the audio is going to be whack because of all the wind. So I'm going to do the best that I can, and maybe next time I'm going to be here on a less windier day. I mean, it's New York. You just kind of get over it, right? It's an amazing day. We haven't had this weather in a long time. So it is what it is. But basically, to close out this vlog, I hope you guys are interested in following me on this spiritual healing journey, basically overall healing in general, right? I want to build this healing stuff into, it's a stupid ass car anyways. I want this healing journey to be something that sticks forever, and it becomes a lifestyle. Just like working out is not something you just do and then all of a sudden you get your body and it stays like that forever. No, it's a lifestyle. So thank you guys for joining me today, and I hope, wait, hold on. First, like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you guys think go on this journey with me. You know, let's do this together if you want to. Obviously, I'm not going to force you to do that, but if you know you're interested, give me some tips down below. And thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time.